Happy Starlight Celebration 2025. Of course, we have a new Lodestone page for this new event, which takes place on the 17th of December, the day after the launch of patch 7.4, and lasts until Wednesday, the 31st of December 2025 at 6:59 AM PST. And what would Starlight Celebrations be without a slight amount of depression? I look at this artwork and go, oh yeah, they said they were going to include the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, past and present, on artwork for events, even if they themselves are not being included in the events, of course. This is obviously featuring Oriange and none other than Moonbreeder. It really stings quite hard, I'm not going to lie to you. Some really great characters on show here, and I just want to go back in time, dude. Take me back to Heavensward. Before any of this happened. Oh dear. And then we got obviously Amgaranji. This appears to be that special area in New Gridania, that northern special zone for the Christmas trees and stuff, so you can go and G-pose. Presumably that will be making its return as well. But aside from the beautiful but slightly depressing artwork, we have ourselves the We 3 Kinder Punch is the name of the quest. This will be available to everybody level 15 and above, so if you're on a free trial account, you will also be able to take part in this. Amgaranji could use some help from an adventurer. So this is in Old Gridania, so the northern section, and at the amphitheater, Miketo's amphitheater. And the event items this time around, you get 6 emotes in total and 4 housing items. So yeah, 6 emotes. They are the same emote, just kind of reskinned. We can only really get a little bit of a picture here if I zoom in. We, of course, have got the Gridanian Sip and Gridanian Gulp, so 2 different animations for each of the grand companies. So we've got Ul'Dan Sip, Ul'Dan Gulp, Leminsen Sip, Leminsen Gulp. And as you can see here, they're sort of demonstrating each of these. This will be the Gridanian one. That'll be like the Maelstrom one, won't it? Alimza. And then that one will be Uldar. They've basically got very blurry pictures on this resolution image of each of the 3 starting city-states. But yeah, you get all 6 of those emotes, quote-unquote, or I guess there's 3 if you count only, the 3 companies. It says certain items available during previous iterations of the event can be obtained via the Starlight supplier. This includes fireworks, things like that, magic prisms. And then we have 4 housing items, of which we have the Ul'Dan Kinder Punch, which is a housing item, tabletop item you can place that can be used 10 times. It gives you a bit of an EXP buff, amongst other benefits. They're never really too much exciting, sort of those buffs. They're more of designed to be displayed. But if you do consume them, usually you end up with an empty cup at the end of it. So if you wanted to, you could drink all 10 uses out of that Kinder Punch and place that on a shelf or something, much like the others. And there's also the Leminsen one. What I have noticed here, there's the Ul'Dan and the Leminsen one, but there isn't the Gridanian one as a housing item, which is really strange, really odd. I don't know why. There's only 4 housing items, yet there are 3. There's only 2 housing items that are standalone cups representing 2 of the city-states, and yet there are 3 city-states. I'm not sure about that one. And then we get the Ul'Dan Starlight Mugs, which is a stacked tabletop, and then the Leminsen Starlight Mugs. So again, what has Gridania done so bad this year to not deserve its own stacked mugs? I don't know. That feels like a deliberate omission for some reason. Is something happening to Gridania, this Starlight? Is it burning down or something? What's going on? But anyway, the cups look really good. The stacked cups look good. I mean, the housing items, they're cups at the end of the day. If cups aren't your deal, or mugs, you're not going to be probably interested in this. But yeah, some housing items and effectively, 6 emotes, or 3 if you only count the Uldar, Gridanian, and Leminsen variants. Yeah, very strange how there's like 3 and then not 3 of each. Very cool. My first thoughts on this, I mean, it's been a while since we had an emote. They usually rotate through different things, right? We get a costume, then we get a mount, then we get a minion, and then we get emotes. And they rotate through the various different events in the year. If you don't like emotes, this probably isn't going to interest you. I'm personally more excited about the event venue. especially if we go back to that G-Pose area in the north of New Gridania. That could be quite good. And hopefully the quest line is fairly long. I personally really loved the summer event with the boat. Anything that's remotely close to that would be a win, in my opinion. We need more jumping puzzles in events. We need more things to do. So we'll have to see what they've done this year, or if it's just an identical replica. But yeah, those are the rewards for 2025 Starlight Festival. And let me know what you think. Are you impressed by the mugs? I'm just more annoyed, not that there's an emote and some mugs, that the mugs don't have a representation of Gridania. That's weird, that is. I don't like that, being somebody who started in Gridania all those years ago. Anyway, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you are celebrating Starlight celebration in real life as well, have a happy holidays if I don't speak to you again. But yeah, this is the day after the big patch 7.4 launches. So hopefully you have a fantastic time, and I know I will. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.